Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Press Play Lifestyle Inspired podcast, where we do interviews with interesting and inspiring people like our new friend, Josh. Josh, why don't you tell the audience hello and tell them a little bit about yourself?
What's up, guys? How are y'all doing? Thanks for having me on here. How are you doing, first of all? You good?
Oh, thank you. I'm doing great. I just got done mowing the lawn. So, fun
Me
times
too.
would be. Yeah.
I did too. I cut the grass earlier and I was dying. It's so hot.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, we're seeing you're a little hotter there. I have a nice breeze today because I live in Wisconsin, but
That's
my
good.
husband will be glad that with the four kids at home, and I'm working, and I managed to get the lawn mowed. So when he gets home, I think he'll be happy. So it's good.
You're a warrior. Just
Ah,
That's awesome. Good to
yeah.
hear.
So what do you said you and your lovely wife, you guys just got back from vacay, huh? Where'd you guys head out?
Yeah. We just got back from Panama City Beach, and I know that maybe it might not have been the best idea to go there, but we were like, screw it, that's fine. We're gonna go there because it's right now. It's the cheapest to go there from where we are, and it's the closest we can drive. So that's where we went, and it was great because nobody was there really. There was
Yeah,
the beach was pretty much empty where we were. It was awesome. So we
that's
didn't have to
good.
be around a whole bunch of people, which is great because, well, Corona, one, and
Yeah,
two, I don't like being like this beside people. So,
yeah,
so it worked
yeah.
out.
It's
But
like give you a little
yeah,
bit of space, right?
yeah,
Get
exactly.
yourself.
Yeah, you gotta have some breathing room, Yeah.
For sure, for sure.
But yeah, it was good though. We were down there for a week, and um, everywhere. I mean, all the bars and stuff, kind of like here in Nashville, all the bars and stuff are pretty much closed except for bar restaurants. But we just kind of bought groceries for the whole week and went down to the beach every day and drank some beers. And I think we only went out to eat one time, which was fine because we don't have to spend any more money than we need to. And just kind
Yeah,
of just got away from everything for a little bit. So it was great. It worked out.
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So when you're not vacationing, what do you find yourself actually doing?
Oh, cutting the grass is
Yeah, right. Yeah, I am not on tour anymore. I
yeah,
spend time doing domestic crap. I
exactly. Yeah,
miss people.
I know. It's that's one thing that sucks about grass is it doesn't quit growing. I hate it. But no, I mean, so it's actually tough right now because we're in the middle of summer, and I mean, fishing season obviously is in. But for me right now, it's too hot to go fishing. I'm not going to stand outside and do that right now. And I don't have a boat, so I can't even get to the bass that are deep in the lake anyway. So what's the point? But no, I mean, when I'm not on the road or when I'm not, writing or playing, uh, I'm fishing, hunting a lot. If this was the fall, wait till actually. Oh, you just reminded me. Early velvet season comes in for deer season at the end of this month, so that's what I'll be doing. I'll be
Yeah,
hunting
oh, that
at the
is
end of this
early.
month.
That is
I'll be
early.
hunting at the end of this month, and then the whole rest of the way into the winter and into after the first of the year. Which hopefully after the first of the year we can start to get back to normal. I hope.
Some kind of normal, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
do you do bow hunting? Or are you a gun hunter, or what do you like to do?
I do both. I'm a big archery hunter.
Yeah.
So for me, so I grew up in Pennsylvania, and up in Pennsylvania, there's a bow season. It's in October, and it's for the whole month. And
Yeah, we have season too. I live in
right,
Wisconsin, so it's
right,
cold. We kill
yeah.
things. We drink beer. That's kind of what we do.
I want to come to Wisconsin.
It's like the best state.
Yeah, I don't know. That sounds like a state that I need to go to then. But yeah, so Pennsylvania, a lot like you guys, is they have a bow season and then rifle season comes in after that. But so growing up, I'd hunt bow and then switch to rifle. But down here in Tennessee, once bow season comes in, you can hunt bow season all the way through. So I'm like, yes,
Oh,
I love
that's
it.
kind of cool.
I know it's fantastic. And then so I'll hunt archery the whole season till about the last probably 2 weeks. And then I turn lazy and I'm like, you know what? Screw this. I'm not
I
climbing a tree
haven't
anymore.
caught anything. 'Cause I haven't hit anything. Somebody years
Right.
ago now, right?
Right. Exactly. Then I'm like, you know what? I'm not climbing a tree anymore. I'm going to take my rifle and sit in a blind and shoot stuff. So
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
that sounds about right. I used to live out in well, you'll probably know both cities, but I lived in Pigeon Forge, but we
Okay.
always say Gatlinburg because that's where Dolly World is, and everyone
Yeah.
knows what Gatlinburg is.
Right.
But there's some beautiful mountains and like waterfalls and stuff up that way for sure.
Oh yeah, the Rockies. Yeah, I mean Rockies. Wow, not the Rockies. The
No,
Smokies. Gosh,
yeah,
what am I doing? The Smoky
yeah.
Mountains. Yeah, yeah. There's
It's
a lot of
okay.
there's a lot of great mountains. That's actually one thing that I want to do is that I haven't done yet is go trout fishing in the Smokies. So I think
Oh yeah.
that's my next move in the
Yeah,
spring.
my stepdad we used to ride out. He had a rebuilt Honda, kind of like it was like a half Honda, half Harley hybrid that, fell
Yeah,
out of a garage.
nice. That's awesome.
And we used to ride up in the mountains back there, and there's just so many of these like minute like waterfalls, like just
Yeah,
seriously coming off the side of the road. You're just
I
like,
know.
what is
Yeah,
this? It's really beautiful. And you guys have weather too. It's like actual weather out that way. Whereas, a lot of the rest of the state is a little bit hot by you guys, but up by Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, it snowed a few times,
did
they
it?
have
Yeah.
actual,
See,
yeah.
see, that's what I miss. That's one thing I do miss about being down here in Tennessee. Well, in Nashville, Central Tennessee.
Mhm.
Um, is the snow? There's no snow. Like it doesn't really ever snow. And if it does snow, it's like it's about that much, and everybody loses their
Yeah,
mind.
I know, right? It's fun.
It
It's
drives
like
me nuts.
we lived in Phoenix, Arizona for a while when I was a kid too, and and I'm not crapping you, like one year it was like 129 degrees in the summer, and then in the winter it snowed, but it like snowed and melted in the air
That's
because
weird.
it was just like so hot. Yeah.
Yeah,
So they come in like mid waist, it'd be melting already, and people freaked out. Like
flipped.
they're
Yeah,
bringing their kids out. They're like, look, and their kids had never seen snow, and I'm like, they've all lost their mind.
I know. That's so. It did that. It snowed. I think it snowed probably like 2 inches overnight one time last summer or last summer. God, I can't get my mountains right. I can't get my seasons right. No, so it snowed about 2 inches overnight last winter, and I was actually coming back from a show, and my wife and I we were loading my gear back in, and we were like, "Look at all this snow! It's awesome!" It was like laying on the ground. And then next morning it melted, but it was just cool because growing up, her and I are both from Pennsylvania. Growing up in Pennsylvania, when it snows, I mean, it just snows.
It snows,
So,
yeah, and
yeah.
like you dig yourself out a little bit, right?
Yeah, exactly. You go snowboarding down the middle of the street and whatever, it's
Yeah,
all
it's
kinds of stuff.
fun.
But down here, they get
Yeah.
a half an inch and everybody loses their mind.
It's just fun. It's just fun to watch them all go crazy, though. I think it makes me laugh. So there's a reason you're in Nashville, right? So it
Yes.
must be a lot easier to record. You can get into studios easier, probably less
Well,
expensive. I don't know
kind,
than driving from
kinda,
Pennsylvania. He's like,
kinda.
no, it
No,
all sucks. No.
no. It's. I mean, it's all part of the grind and making connections with this person or that person to lead you to this person or this studio or whatever. But it's a ride. It's fun. I was actually before I got on here to hang out with you guys. I was actually talking to my producer because I have a single coming out on September 4th, and he was sending me um, the mixes back and forth for my single. And because we can't be in studio, I got a hold of him, and we kind of mapped out a plan where since we can't be in studio, all the players will play everything in their home studios and then send it back to him, and he puts it all together. So he'll play the keyboards and acoustic guitars and sing the background vocals and do the bass and all that other stuff on it, and the guitar players will play their parts, and drummers will play his part. And then so it's kind of weird right now not being able to actually physically get in the studio, but you kind of got to adapt and figure out how to do what you need to do to get music out there to people and get music out to your fans, because just because the world's ending doesn't mean that everything else is ending. We got to still push forward and give the fans music. So
I like
it
that.
was a little tasking at first, trying to find a studio and producer and stuff I wanted to work with whenever we first moved down here, but we got her locked down now.
Yeah, that's nice. I know I've talked to quite a few indie musicians lately, and a lot of them, you guys are so ingenuitive. Like, man, the producers and the sound guys, like, they're really having to earn their money now because
Oh yeah.
all this asynchronous like piecework of the music,
Oh yeah.
And they get like all these tracks and they're like overlaying like 15 different tracks and trying to get them all like the
Yep.
timing synced and everything. I'm like, oh, that's so crazy. It's
Yeah.
so crazy.
That's something that I'm not necessarily like produced fully, but that's something I want to learn how to do more, is be able to sit in front of a Pro Tools screen and work my way around it, so that way I can do just like acoustic vocal stuff here at the house, and just for like little demo work and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, these producers now, they're just like, they got to work with so much, it's ridiculous. It's not anymore where you're recording reel to reel with a tape, and you can only record on the tape so much, because then the tape will just shit to bed. So
Yeah, it's
yeah.
crazy. I met one gal I met she's really cool. Karma, I forget the rest of her name, but she had purple hair, so she was cool. But she's a
Cool.
I know, she's pretty cool. But
Yeah.
she's a sound engineer first, and then kind of got into actually doing her own music later.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, thank goodness. She's like, because it's just it's so much work now to really I mean, it was already a lot of work, but like trying to do everything where you're not even feeling the energy of the people, and you can't like riff off with your buddy, and just like kind of a different vibe for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely different now. I mean, when we go in and cut in studio, we do it all in one room, just like we used to. Everybody used to back in the day. There was no drum room or amp room or no stuff like that. Now we do have in Sound Emporium Studio, Sound Emporium, shout out. Yeah, where we record there. I mean, they have their ISO cabs where you put all the amps and stuff like that. But everybody, for the most part, is all in the same room, so you can feed and you can vibe off of each other, and you get that look from the drummer, or you get that look from the guitar player or steel player. Like that there not a lot of people. I think what people hear now is a product of the opposite of that, which I'm not bashing anybody for that at all, because there's great music out there, but I really do feel like that there's a difference, a subtle difference. You might not be able to hear it, but when you're in the room and in the moment, you're like, you can feel it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I think that small little tiny thing makes the biggest difference. So
yeah,
that's what
I think I've heard that from a couple of artists as well. It's like it's just like the same thing. Like I've noticed, and so shout out to you. You've been doing a lot of stuff on your Facebook page. You've been doing some music like solo and like show that, which is super cool, because music is what people turn to when they're freaked out and stressed out and they need a way to chill.
It is.
But it's got to be hard for you, right? Because you're playing to a screen or to a mic or something. Like there's nobody giving you the like, oh yeah, man, or like, dude, what the hell are you doing? Like you get nothing.
Right. Exactly. Right? Yeah. Yeah, you can't. There's nobody to applaud you or heckle you really bad. But yeah, so
I'm sure you missed the heckle, right? That's totally the part that you missed.
To be honest with you, I kind of do, because one of my favorite things to do on stage if someone's heckling us or being an idiot is just point them out, because we're the ones on stage that can make them look like an asshole. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So it's like, dude, you realize we're on stage and you're in like the back so far. I can't see your hair.
Yeah. So I do miss it a little bit, because that's one of my favorite things to do, is just embarrass the shit out of people that are being idiots or heckling us or whatever. I love it. But yeah, it's definitely different. It was weird at first. I'm kind of getting used to it now, because having to do so much of it, all this virtual Facebook Live, virtual concert stuff. But it was a little weird at first getting used to, because like you said, we're used to playing in front of, actual people that are singing with us and clapping and dancing and hooting and hollering and partying and drinking, So you kind of got to feed off of people's comments now, instead of actually physically being there in the room with those people. And then I always find that if you have a beer with you while you're doing it, it kind of helps. So.
Everything's better with a cold one, I guess.
It
right?
is. It sure is. I agree.
So you said, I think you alluded to, but you guys got some new stuff coming out in September, huh?
Yeah, we do. We got a new single coming out September September 4th. We got a new single coming out. It's called Get Lost. And as soon as I jump off of here with you, I'm going to go back to call my
your
producer.
real work.
Yeah, real work. Yeah. No, this is work. Everything's work nowadays.
Yeah, I know. You gotta promote, right?
You have to. If you're doing it for a living, it's work. Exactly. But the only difference is in the industries that you are in and that I'm in is that we actually have fun while we're doing it. So it doesn't feel like
yeah. Absolutely. Yeah,
we got a new single coming out on the 4th. It's called Get Lost, and you'll be able to get that Spotify, iTunes, Apple Play, wherever, Apple Music, wherever you get your digital music from. So
all the places, right?
All the places, the YouTubes, all the stuff. Yeah.
The YouTube. Yeah. My kids pick on me because I was like, sometimes you're not always thinking about when you talk, and I was like, we got to go to the Facebook. They're like, the Facebook.
Yeah.
I'm like, I actually know what Facebook is. Shut up. They're like, Mom, is it the YouTube too? I'm like, shut up.
Yeah.
It's not
the YouTube. They're making fun of you. Like, you know what? I made you. I can do whatever I want.
I know. I can do whatever I want. Right. The YouTube, Mom.
Yeah. That's great.
Too crazy.
I love it.
That's awesome. So I love it. So you guys got a new single coming out, and so what? And all your shows been canceled so far? Is there any end in sight, or trying to find new ways to get out there?
To be honest with you, no, we're
like, no, everything sucks.
Have to. I know this is like we're just gonna set up and play in my music room at the house, and then just whatever, we'll figure it out from there. But no, yeah, everything that I had schedule wise for tour this year is canceled. We're looking at 2021 now, which is fine. Around this time anyway, every year you should be looking at next year already. But we really get to. It sucks, but it's kind of a blessing because we get to actually really, really dig our claws into a plan and campaign for next year. It sucks that all these shows got canceled because I just like
you make all your money on merch and live shows, right?
That's it, man. Yeah. Touring and live shows. That's where you make your money, and we just love to stand up there and play. Like I miss looking out and seeing like a whole bunch of people standing out there just beers up in the air, just hand, you know what I mean? Like I just miss all that. So yeah, we're looking at 2021. I have had a few shows rescheduled for this fall, but I don't even know what's going to happen with that. The way that things are going, even those shows that are rescheduled might end up getting canceled or rescheduled for next year around the same time. So I don't know right now, but we'll just keep digging into the Facebook Lives and the full band, live virtual.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of those. You guys got a lot of stuff going on there. So with all that being said, just like trying to be more positive, hopefully I don't send it into another negative thought. But one of the things that has long been probably frustrating for artists is the only way that you're making a living now that everything's digital music was live shows and merchandise.
Yeah.
So are you and you and whomever else you have working with you, maybe your wife or your manager or yourself alone, are you looking at other ways to monetize sort of the Josh brand, like some additional ways that you guys can make it through this kind of stuff if it comes up, like doing any sponsorships or stuff like that?
Yeah, we're working on a bunch of things right now. We're really trying to nail down, but we're really nailing down my fan club, which we just branded Camo Crew. So be on the lookout for that.
I like it.
Yeah, but so we're really working on that. Sponsorships we're hitting hard. We just landed, well, not just, but just a few months ago, it was probably like 6 months ago, we nailed our deal down with Groove Life rings and the Apple Watch bands and all that stuff. So yeah, we're working on a few things. We're getting my Facebook page monetized, working on that right now. So we're just trying to get a few different, we got to look at it a little bit differently now because, like you said, we're not on the road and selling merch and playing shows. So we got to kind of look at different avenues where we can try to make some money to keep this roof over my wife's head, and the rest of my band too. You know, the rest of and everybody else that all the rest of the team. So everybody's struggling right now, but I think good things are going to come out of this after.
I bet a lot of great stuff's going to come. It just takes a little while for it to all like materialize, right?
Exactly. Like, it doesn't.
It's good music. It's not coming out today. You're still in it. It's coming out a year from now after it marinated and had time to get through. So what about your, you talk about your bandmates, but I think something people always forget about is there's all of the people that it takes to put up a live show, right? There's backstage people and crew and lights and like all that stuff. Yeah. So, what are those guys and gals finding themselves keeping busy with as time rolls on and we're all home?
Yeah, right. There. I mean, for the most part, as far as my my band guys go, they're doing some of the honky tonks on Broadway and venues have opened back up, and so they're playing some shows and stuff like that. Our guitar player Kyle, he just got back from doing one of those drive-in.
Cool.
Drive-in runs. He went out with a couple artists out there and did that, and we're playing a few shows here and there downtown. But as far as like production guys and lighting and front of house and promoters and stuff like that, I mean, they're kind of, it sucks for them, I think, the most, because without a live show, there is no production. So if you're in production and there is no live show, I mean, what do you do? A lot of the guys that do production and lighting and stuff like that are, they're front of house guys and engineers. So they'll find work downtown or wherever they can, during this off time to try to keep some money coming in. So it's definitely, I mean, we definitely got some stuff that, and not we, but as in like we and my team and stuff. I mean, everybody has the we. Like, we definitely have some great things coming up. Everybody does. I really do feel that. I think there's going to be just an explosion of everything after this is all over. But as of right now, we just gotta, I don't know, just gotta do what you gotta do to get through all this shit.
Well, thank you so much for all this time that you spent with us today. Where can people find all things about Josh and music and promos and merch and all the things, so that we can keep your roof over your head until you get out playing shows?
Yeah. Well, I would appreciate that. Thank you. But no, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I mean, I'm kind of on Twitter, whatever. But it's all Josh Gallagher, Josh Gallagher Music. JGmusic.net is my website. My team is making me do. They got me on a TikTok schedule. So if you want to go follow me on TikTok, do that now too.
Yeah. There you go. That was the young kids are into that, right? Like,
they are, yeah. So that's our
younger than you even.
I know,
way younger.
I know, way younger. I gotta it's kind of it's a little scary, to be honest with you, because we're getting to the point, me and my wife now, where we're talking about starting a family and stuff, and it's like, well, they don't. And they are kids. Like, you got to watch when you go through and you're scrolling through TikTok. You got to watch, because get out of here. I do not know what just happened with that. Thanks, Aunt Sandy, for calling me there.
If you have a Mac, it's probably just that. My phone will ring and my house lights up now. Everything.
Yeah, same, exactly. Now, can you? I don't even know if you can see me anymore right now.
I can. You're all good. So
we're good.
We're wrapping up anyway, so you're good.
Okay,
so you and your wife are TikTok.
Yeah, but we're on a you got to watch when you go through TikTok, is because it's you scroll through and there's this girl or kid or and you got to watch what you look at. So you got to click on their profile to see how old they are, and then you're oh, so you're 12. That's okay. So it's it's weird.
Out.
Yeah, exactly right. It's
Well, good news is you have a wife and you're looking to start a family, so you don't need to look at TikTok chicks, so you're all good.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. There you go. I like that.
Get a beer, get a bow, bring a wife with you, all well.
That sounds good to me. I like that.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Josh. I really appreciate your time, and I hope the Camo Crew gets released soon so that everybody can jump in and, keep promoting your fan page. Thank you so very, very much. And I can't wait to see the hear the signal that's coming out in September.
Yeah, I appreciate it. But thanks for having me on here today. It's good to sit here and chat with you for a little bit. Yeah, September 4th, Get Lost, our new single coming out. So I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
You get lost. Get out of here.
You get lost.
All right, man. I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.
All righty. Hey, you too. See ya.
Bye.